Um publicitário precisa entender tudo de cinema. Para uma boa cenografia, o cineasta tem que entender de design de interiores. E o designer precisa estar conectado com o mundo da moda. O pessoal da moda tem que entender de gastronomia, nem que seja para comer só alface. Os chefs precisam entender do turismo local. E o pessoal do turismo tem que entender das relações internacionais. E precisa ser um pouco advogado para lidar com os conflitos. Os advogados têm que ser um pouco psicólogos, até para entender que o mercado exige profissionais cada vez mais completos.
IESB, 17 cursos na teoria e na prática. Venha ser o profissional que todos querem.
In the early 1980s, David Brower was a bold leader with an organization called Friends of the Earth. And he and some people who are still part of Earth Island today had an idea for still another organization that would increase the reach of activism. And then in the mid-1980s, Earth Island sort of came alive, and David Brower shifted his activities from Friends of the Earth to Earth Island Institute. He was a very inspiring leader, and he really always loved to work with young people who had bold ideas. And so that was the beginning of Earth Island.
David Brower lutou por causas sociais e ambientais, quando essas questões não eram reconhecidas. Foi indicado 3 vezes ao Prêmio Nobel. 3 vezes. Fez parte de conselhos, grupos e instituições ativistas. Estabeleceu 10 parques nacionais, salvou o Grand Canyon, the Yukon e outros. Em 1982 fundou o Instituto Earth Island, para incentivar líderes e ações ativistas ao redor do mundo. Assim, a instituição pode atuar em vários lugares e em diferentes causas, com custos reduzidos.
We're an organization that grows environmental leadership. In other words, we do not focus on a certain area of campaigning, for example, for rainforests or for protection of mountains or for protection of certain species. We're really about working with certain leaders who have ideas of their own, and we're an organizational resource. So we have 50 different projects underneath our sponsorship, so that we help them with the organizational side of their work as activists so that they can then do the work. We're decentralized. We really invest in leaders who have a vision for accomplishing some specific goal, and then we provide the organizational support of a nonprofit organization so that they can do their work. We have a requirement that all of our projects have some sort of base in the US, but frequently it's a relationship between the activists in a place like Lake Baikal in Siberia, in Russia. Now, do we set up campaigns ourselves to protect the lake? No. We help activists in Russia, in Siberia, with their campaigns. And so they have friends here, they get technical support here, sometimes they can get funding here. There are delegations that go to Russia, there are delegations that come from Russia here. So that's one of our kinds of projects where we are a bridge between 2 very distant places. And we also are serving people who are involved with environmental restoration strategies. That's another way that we serve people. Then we also recognize emerging youth leaders. This is where we focus on people who are just starting to have some great idea, maybe when they're in high school. And so we want to celebrate young people taking action. Brower Youth Award began for us 9 years ago. This is the 10th year of doing the Brower Youth Awards. Each year we select 6 great young people between the ages of 13 and 22 and have a great ceremony in San Francisco with in a beautiful, beautiful auditorium with 900 people there. It's very high energy. And our idea is to tell their stories so that other young people will see, oh, I could be like that. So we're celebrating these 6 people each year. We have more than 50 now in our history. We are also working with them to help them to be more successful. But really, it's about how you use this, in the excitement about youth activism to inspire more youth to become active.
This prize is important not because of the money, which is being reinvested into the project, but because the recognition helps to spread the message around. And that's why I want to inspire more people.
This prize, it's my one chance to reach out to an international audience, and I just feel they've done so much for me. It's so gratifying. Like, I would do this work whether I got a prize or any recognition at all. I would do it if I got no recognition, but it just builds up my heart and my soul when there's people that are being gratified that are thanking me for what I do. So it's great. I feel awesome.
Now, there's a fourth way, which is people read Earth Island Journal. They might pick this up in a supermarket or in a dentist's office or something like that. We want to reach people, we would call them grassroots people, who want to learn about the environment, maybe want to do things in their local community. The really interesting thing for us now is this particular audience, ordinary people who care about the planet. We want to use the downstairs at the David Brower Center to launch programs that will educate people and will engage people with some of these issues that we care about. Oh, well, hope is always really important. It's sometimes people say, well, how likely is it that you're going to be able to establish a sustainable world? As if the answer were only 37%, people might say, oh, well, we don't want to do that. Well, there's no choice. The only choice is to work for a sustainable world, because it's what we all depend on, and if it falls apart, we'll all fall apart. So we need to do this. It's the only game in town. There are alternatives to some of these structures. Our corporate-dominated politics, for example, going to a more grassroots level, more self-sufficiency from oil. Some of these strategies are very hopeful about the future.